Okay, so we are going to talk about binary search trees. So binary search trees are a data structure that you should properly learn in your 2270 data structures class. Okay, but they are so important and so useful, and they appear all over the place, that it's worth talking about binary search trees in an algorithms class, because many algorithms will be built on top of binary search trees. So therefore it is very, very important. So I'm going to mostly focus on algorithms, on complexity. I'm not going to focus so much on how do you implement a binary search tree, how do you use pointers, how do you do it in Python using references and classes and so on. Okay, I'm not going to focus so much on that. I'm going to focus more on the algorithms so that it can serve either as a review if you have already done this in data structures, or it can serve as a preview if you are yet to do this in data structures. All right, what's a binary search tree? Well, a binary search tree is a data type. It's an abstract data type that supports the following operations. Okay, so it's going to support the ability to insert an element. It's going to support the ability to delete an element. Okay, and it's going to support the ability to find if an element exists. Okay, and it's going to support various kinds of traversals. Okay, that can be used to support operations like map, iter, and so on. Okay, now what kind of a data type is it for? It's a data type for collections. I should have mentioned that. So it's going to store a collection or a set of objects and so on. So one assumption I will make is elements cannot repeat in this collection. So it's going to be a set based collection. So elements cannot repeat. There can only be one copy of 1, 2, even though that can be relaxed. You can have binary search trees that have multiple copies of the same element. Right now I'm going to have one copy. All right. Now each element has an important member called the key of the element. Okay. And the key is always going to be a number. Okay, so I'm going to pretend that all the elements are numbers, even though they may be different from numbers. But let's assume they have a key, and the key is going to tell us a number corresponding to that element so that we can compare elements. So it provides a way of comparing elements. Okay, now using binary search trees, I can build other data structures. So I can build a data structure for a set. I can build a data structure for a dictionary, or a map. Okay, and these can be built using binary search trees. Okay, so let us investigate what's the structure of a binary search tree. Well, a binary search tree has a bunch of nodes. So this is what a tree looks like. Okay, and it has some leaves. I'm going to use a special character for leaves, and they are all called nil. Okay, every leaf is called a nil. I'm going to soon stop writing these leaves. Okay, every node except for leaves, so every node has two children, and these are called internal nodes. So internal nodes, which are shown in circles, has two children. Every leaf, which are shown as nil, has no children. Okay, so this is exactly how we would write down a binary search tree. Now what's the property? So every node has an element, right? So every node has an element. Let's call this E1, E2, E3, E4, E5. The leaves don't have elements. All right, the leaves don't have elements. Now the main property, the important property, binary search tree property, the important property is that if I have an element E1, then E1 dot key must be greater than or equal to E2 dot key. So the key of the left child must be less than or equal to the key of the parent. So in other words, I can say E2 dot key must be less than or equal to E1 dot key. So the left child key must be less than or equal to parent, and the parent must be less than or equal to E3 dot key. So the right child must be greater than or equal to parent. So if I move to the left child, the key reduces. If I move to the right child, the key increases. All right. So this is the right child. All right. What else? Note that leaves do not have any key. So I have to modify the statement a little bit. Likewise, E4's key is less than or equal to E2 dot key, and E5's key is greater than or equal to E2 dot key. Okay, and more importantly, every node in the left subtree of E1, the key must be less than or equal to. Every node in the right subtree, the key must be greater than or equal to. Okay. All right. So to summarize, let us draw examples of binary search trees that are valid and non-examples. So here is an example. So let me just draw the key. Let's say the root has 25, excuse me. The left subtree all has to have keys less than or equal to 25. Okay, this is important. Less than or equal to 25. Not just the node immediately to, the immediate left child, but everything in the left subtree has to be less than or equal to 25. So 20. Now, everything on the left subtree of 20 has to be less than or equal to 20. Let's say 18. Let's say 15. Now it has to be greater than 18 but less than 20. So let's say 19. 19. Okay, this is 19. Let's say here it has to be greater than 20, less than 25. Let's say 23, 21, 24, greater than 20 but less than 25, less than equal to 25. All right. Let's say 29, 31, and then let's say nil, 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 nil. Okay, so those are going to be the leaves. I will soon stop writing these leaves, but for now I will write these leaves. Okay, so notice that if I have the right subtree of a node, and the key of the node is 25, the right subtree has all nodes greater than or equal to 25. And since I say that the keys must be unique, it has to be strictly greater. I'm not allowing keys to be equal. If I allowed keys to be equal, I would say greater than or equal to. But right now I'm saying greater than. All right. Likewise, everything to the left has to be less than 20. All right, for 25. Now let's say take this node with key 20. Okay, the node which I'm pointing to in green. So for the left subtree has to be less than 20. Okay, I've already said that. In the right subtree, it has to be greater than 20. But since it's also the left subtree of 25, it has to be everything in the right subtree of 20 has to still be less than equal to 25. All right, so hopefully you get an idea of binary search trees and the structure. And by the way, this is a 31. 31. All right, hopefully you are getting an idea of what binary search trees are looking like. Let me give you some non-examples. So what would be some non-examples of binary search trees, some bad binary search trees, which are going to fail this property? So take an example. What about this example? So in this example, 20 is the root node. So this, by the way, this is called the root node. Okay, and its left child is 19, which is fine. 19's left child is 17, which is fine. The right child is 21, okay, which is fine with regard to 19. But if I think of 20, I note that everything in the left subtree of 20 needed to be less than 20 or less than equal to 20, but I am not allowing duplicates. Let me remind you of that. So in this case, this node is illegal because it cannot be here. It cannot be where it is because it cannot be to the left of 20 because it's greater than 20. Okay. If it were legal, then it should have been to the right of 20. So it should have been in the right subtree of 20. All right. So this is super important. All right. So I've given you an example of a binary search tree. I've given you an example of something that's not a binary search tree. All right. So what are the important properties of each node? So for each node in a binary search tree, if the node is not nil, okay, if n is not nil, then n dot left is the left child.